Hey Rebels, it is your Lifestylist K, your secure woman mentor, and welcome back to another video. We are keeping the ball rolling with our 30 days of building self-confidence. For those who are new, welcome. For those who are returning, welcome back. I am your Lifestylist K, your secure woman mentor. And what I do, I help women unlearn the lies of toxic love, help them see their worth so they can heal, rebel, and live a life with zero apologies. Today, we're going to talk about understanding imposter syndrome and how to silence it. Have you ever felt like a fraud? Like one day, everyone is going to find out that you are not as capable as they think you are. Well, that's imposter syndrome. And it's time that we stop allowing it to run the show. Let's dive in.
Day in, day out, believe in strangers for help. Don't dwell upon this thought right now.
So as we get into the topic of imposter syndrome, more than just what you're feeling and people finding out you're some type of fraud, imposter syndrome is the internal belief that you have about yourself, that you're not good enough, that you're not smart enough, that you're not qualified, despite all the evidence that you are, or despite all the evidence that you are capable of being exactly what you desire to be. It whispers things like, you got lucky, you don't belong here, or you're not ready. These things tell you how incapable you are because you are attempting to reach a level in life that you haven't seen. So that imposter syndrome peeps in, whispers in your ear to make you feel like, let's stay in our warm, cozy space right here. We're okay. We don't need to elevate. We don't need to move upward. We don't need to move onward. We just need to stay here. And so, who does this impact more? Who does imposter syndrome impact more? Number one, it impacts high achieving women. Number two, it impacts those who have grown up proving their worth at every turn. And it also impacts women who are recovering from toxic relationships that those relationships made them doubt themselves. Imposter syndrome can be extremely dangerous because it's keeping us from reaching the goals that we know that we can reach. And I'm gonna be honest with you, there are a lot of people in spaces that truly don't know what they're doing. That you know that if you was there, you would do it this way, you would do it that way. It would be so much better than those who are running it or those who are in those spaces. And not because you feel jealous or anything like that, just because you know that you know what you're doing and you know that they don't. The reason why this is dangerous is because it keeps you from taking bold action. We won't take the action because we're fearful of people not will see us what that people will see us for who our imposter syndrome is telling us we are. I hope I said that right. But I want to remind you of something. When people see how great you are, they do. They can feel it and they can see it. And that imposter syndrome, I think, can also be labeled as anxiety as well. In retrospect, right? So when people see that, they will try to doubt you. But there's a space within yourself that you have to take that bold action and have that bold comeback because you are deserving of the space that you know you deserve. And the reason why we cower back from being our greatest self because we overthink, we overwork, and we're under celebrated. And imposter syndrome also holds you back from fully owning your success. You are worth all the success that you deserve. Will it take work to overcome the imposter syndrome, to overcome the anxiety that you feel, to overcome the overthinking that you do when it comes to you reaching the goals and you becoming this confident woman that you know you deserve? Yes, it will. Even if You have to fake it until you make it. You should do that. But one thing about it is that you're not faking it. What you're doing is showing up scared. A lot of times we say we're faking it until we make it. But really, what you're doing is showing up scared until you feel confident enough to show up boldly. So do it in your fear. Do it despite your fear. Do it because of your fear, but do it. And I want to give you 3 ways in which you can silence this imposter syndrome that just keeps telling you, you aren't good enough, you aren't this, you aren't that. How can you ever think that you could be where this person is? Number one, I want you to name it. When that voice shows up, call it out for what it is. A liar. You're impostering on my thought process, on what I know, on who I know I am, and what I know I can be. You call it out and you name it. I'm going to use a religious term, phrase that is used. I'm not a religious person, but hey, I grew up in the church, so I get it. Resist the devil and it will flee. Resist imposter syndrome and it will flee. Resist the fear and it will eventually flee. Number 2 is get grounded in facts, right? Keep a journal. I always say this, keep a journal. I'm actually going to put a link in this description of a journal that I created that you can purchase if you like. But just buy a journal. It doesn't matter where you get it from. And keep a confidence file. This confidence file is where you're going to keep track of all the achievements and all the things that you've done, all your wins, all your compliments, all your achievements, all the things that you've done. That way you can go back and read off the things that you forgot that you've done and remember who you are. Remember who you're capable of being. And number 3, act anyway. Like I said earlier, do it despite your fear, do it because of fear, and do it to spite the fear. Take action anyway. Confidence grows when you take action despite any setbacks. You have to keep going. You have to keep showing up. You have to keep doing the damn thing because eventually it pays off. One secret I want to give you here is that talent never wins. It's never about the talent. It's always about the consistency of a person, the confidence of a person. And usually people who are consistent becomes confident, or people who are consistent builds confidence. Do it. You deserve it. Just keep in mind that you don't have to feel ready to be worthy. You already are worthy. And understand that imposter syndrome is just an echo of old doubts. Doubts that were probably never yours, doubts that were placed on you from naysayers. But nevertheless, you took them on as your own. And imposter syndrome is just an echo of old doubts, fake doubts. And imposter syndrome does not get to decide what you're capable of doing anymore. Move forward. Overpower the negative voice and empower the positive. You deserve it. Don't allow imposter syndrome to keep you from being that girl. I'll see you in the next video.